Hi, my name is Thevaranjan. I'm a faculty member at Syracuse University. I've been a teacher for more than 25 years of my life. And one of the complaints that teachers make is that this generation of students are not that great and compared to when we were students. But as much as we complain about the students, we never tell the students, well, what makes a good student? Who is a good student? Who is a good role model for a student? So in this video, I just want to tell you 7 aspects of a good student. So you can evaluate yourself, you can work towards that idea. The first thing is a student must be a seeker of wisdom. Because if the student lacks the desire to seek wisdom, then everything falls apart. The second, a student must be teachable. If a student thinks that he or she knows everything that she needs to know, then it's going to be very difficult for the student to receive from the teacher. So a student must have that humble attitude that, look, this teacher who is teaching me physics knows way more about physics than I do, and let me learn physics from her. Then thirdly, an ideal student must remember that he must be useful. This knowledge that he is acquiring is finally should become useful to the society at large. So the student must always remember you are being trained to be useful. And it starts in the home, it starts in the classroom. When your teacher needs a help, do you get up and offer help? When your teacher comes into the classroom, you see the blackboard not erased or the whiteboard not erased. Do you get up and erase it? That's a student who understands that unless you learn to be useful in the very classroom that you are now, you're not going to be useful in the society at large. And next, a student must be disciplined. You see that you may have the heart to be useful, you may have a heart that is teachable and you seek wisdom, but if you are not disciplined, you have to sit down and study. You have to discipline yourself so you can overcome the temptations to watch a lot of TV or just play a lot of video games. It's not wrong to watch TV, it's not wrong to play video games, but we have to be able to discipline yourself to put in those hours to study, and then you can reward yourself. Then the fifth thing is a student must exercise. See, unless you exercise your body is not going to be fit. How about your mind? Today many of us are physically fit but mentally fat because we don't want to exercise our mind. We don't want to tackle a difficult problem. You know what? When you come to my age, it's almost impossible to develop your brain any further. It is at your age, when you're in high school, when you're in college, particularly when you're in elementary school and middle schools, is the time to exercise your mind and develop your brain. The next is a student must notice. This is very important. You must notice what I would say your DNA. You must notice those desires in your heart. What are you passionate about? Student is not about just picking up courses after courses. While you take courses, while you take part in student activities, discover yourself. What are you deeply passionate about? And a student must also recognize the needs out there in society. Which of these needs seem to intersect with your desires? And thirdly, a student must notice your own assets, your abilities, your strength, your achievements often point to your assets. So you must take note of your DNA. Because I say, if I come to your house and I see a very expensive piano of $50,000, it said, my God, you have this piano, who plays this piano? He said, well, no, nobody plays, my mother used to play. What a waste of that $50,000 piano. Similarly, your assets, those things that you are good at, you must notice it and then you must make use of it. Otherwise, like that expensive piano, being useless is your assets being useless. Finally, a student misunderstand. You are here to transform society. You are the next generation of leaders. You must change the world around you. And unless you are useful in the classroom, you're not going to be willing to transform society. So let's put these 7 together. S stands for seeker of wisdom. T stands for teachable. U stands for useful. D stands for discipline. E stands for exercising your body, your mind. And N stands for noticing your DNA. And finally, T stands for your calling to transform society. Now that is an excellent student. And I hope that gives you an idea how to be a good student and become a transformational agent in your generation. Thank you.